Hi everyone, you must be watching my videos on the topic matrices and determinant. After matrices and determinant, I have planned to introduce the topic of differentiation or derivatives. In derivatives, before you move on to derivative, you need to understand two topics. One is limits, other is continuity. So right now I am going to start with the limits. In limits, we will be talking about basic concepts using example, definition and properties which are applicable to limits, and then what are the formulas applicable in case of limits, and I will take few examples to make you understand the concept of limits. So let us start with the basic concept. And to start with, I will be taking one example, which is fx equal to x square minus 4 upon x minus 2. This is a case of 0 by 0 at x equal to 2. If you put the value of x equal to 2 in this function will become 0 by 0, which is called indeterminate form. You need to understand that this function is not defined at x equal to 2, but we can redefine this function as fx equal to x minus 2 into x plus 2 upon x plus x minus 2. So x minus 2 will go away with this, and this function is defined as fx equal to x plus 2. So now I'll be focusing mainly on fx equal to x plus 2. But the main focus of discussion is what is going to happen how the behavior of this function will change across this point 2. So to discuss the concept of limit, we take some value towards the left of this x equal to 2 and some value towards the right of. So this is left hand side and this is right hand side. Now let us define the value across 2 as (2.1) on the right hand side and 1.9 towards the left hand side. So now what is the concept of limit? What does limit says? Limit says your goal is to approach from the left hand side towards 2. So this is called left hand approach. In mathematical term, it is called left hand limit. Similarly, you will be moving from the right hand side towards 2. So this is called right hand approach. Or if we want to make more explanation of this in terms of mathematical language, it is defined as limit x tending to 2 minus fx, and this is called limit x tending to 2 plus fx. This is the mathematical format of left hand limit and right hand limit. Now what we are going to do with this? To understand more, let us draw a table and see what happens or how the behavior of this function changes. This is x equal to 2 and this is fx equal to. Let's see what happens. We are starting from 1.9. So when we take 1.9, what will happen to this? This will become 3.9. fx will become 3.9. Now you take 1.99. So it will become 3.99. 1.999. So it will become 3.999. And likewise, when we move very close to 2, that is 999, so many nines. So what will happen to fx? It will become 3.9999. So basically what is happening, fx is approaching to very close to this value 4. Look at this. Similarly, we start from here, 2.1. So when you take 2.1, your fx is going to be 4.1. Now you are moving from this direction. Earlier we moved here. Now we are moving from 2.1 towards 2. So next point will be 2.01. So it will become 4. We are just putting this value of x here. You can call it a. Next, I hope you are observing what is happening. What is happening when you take all these value of x? What is the corresponding change? you need to observe 2.0001, you will become 4.0001. And likewise, when you will become, when you will take 2.00, so many zeros, and then 1, it will be change in this value will be 4.00, so many zeros and 1. So what is happening? You started from here and you are moving towards 2. So this is called right hand limit or right hand approach. Earlier you moved from here and you started moving towards 2. So this is called left hand limit. When you see, when you are approaching from right hand side, you are seeing that you are very close to 4. And when this situation will happen, this conclude that left hand limit is equal to right hand limit is equal to 4. That is limit x tending to 2 minus fx is equal to limit x tending to 2 plus fx is equal to 4. That is, if you want to make it more clear, you can write it limit h tending to 0. This fx is taken from here. It will become 2 minus h plus 2, which is equal to limit h tending to 0, 2 plus h plus 2, and your combined answer is 4. If this happens, then the conclusion is we say limit x tending to 2 fx exists and limit x tending to 2 fx is equal to 4. Let me explain it further. When this condition is going to happen, this I will explain more while defining the definition of limits. Definition of limit. So this I have taken an example to make you understand the concept how the limit takes place and what basic thing you are going to discuss when you are talking about limit. When you are talking about limit at a certain point, you need to discuss left hand approach and right hand approach, and in this case I have taken the value of h as 0.1. This h is called neighborhood point. Neighborhood point means you are moving 0.1 towards the left and 0.1 towards the right, and you are now approaching from left hand and right hand to see how the behavior of this function changes when you are talking about limit x tending to 2, and under what condition you can say that limit of the function exists. The limit of the function exists only and only when this happens. Means you are approaching to a common value from left hand side and right hand side. So this is the concept of limit using example. Let me define now what is a function. You can understand from this. I will explain you more here. Let you cannot change the language. You cannot put anything from your side while talking about definition. So that is why definition has to be written properly. Let fx be a function of x, that is fx, and as fx approaches to L, when x approaches to A, then limit of a function fx when x tends to A is written as limit x tending to A fx is equal to L. This is the definition of limits. This definition has got two parts. This conclusion will take place when you say limit x tending to A minus fx, which is equal to limit h tending to 0 f of A minus h is equal to limit x tending to A plus fx, which is equal to limit h tending to 0 f of A plus h, and both will be equal to L. If this happens, then only you say limit is defined. This part is called left hand limit and this part is called right hand limit. So when left hand limit is equal to right hand limit is equal to L, then we say limit of the function exists. I will wind up this by taking one example on limits. So let me take an example. Discuss limit of fx equal to 2x minus 1 if x is less than equal to 1, and it is x if x is greater than 1 at x equal to 1. We need to discuss limit of fx at x equal to 1. It means To discuss what we need to discuss, we need to discuss limit x tending to 1 of fx. That means I need to discuss left hand limit, that is equal to limit x tending to 1 minus fx. Many students have problem in understanding this. So I will explain you what is the meaning of this. This means when x is less than 1, means when you can understand this by simply drawing a line, number line. At this you need to discuss at 1. So this is your 1 minus and this is your 1 plus. This is your x equal to 1. 1 minus means you have to discuss when x is less than 1, and 1 plus means when you have to discuss when x is, because many students find problem in understanding this. So according to the definition, what we need to understand, limit x tending to 1 minus 1. What is fx? What is, how the function is defined towards left of 1? You have to understand from here. So if you look at this, this is x less than 1. So this will be 2x minus 1. And this can be further written as limit h tending to 0 twice of 1 minus h minus 1, which can be written as limit h tending to 0 2 minus 1 2 minus 2h minus 1, right, which can be, after taking the limit h tending to 0, 2 minus 1 is 1. Now let us talk about right hand limit. Similarly, we will talk about limit x tending to 1 plus fx. So this is limit 1 plus. 1 plus means when x is greater than 1 on the right hand side. So when x is greater than 1, function is this. So it will become x. And this can be written as limit h tending to 0, 1 plus h. So when you take h tending to 0, the answer will be 1. So right hand limit is 1. Left hand limit is also 1. So you can call it as 1 and this as 2. So 1 and 2 implies left hand limit is equal to right hand limit is equal to 1. When this condition takes place, then you say limit x tending to 1 fx is equal to 1 exist. So this is all discussion regarding this question. You can take any reference book as you wish on the topic and do the problems on limits and try to understand this concept. Now, moving further, within 5 minutes, I'll try to sum up this concept of properties. Let limit x tending to a fx is L, this is your 1, and limit x tending to a gx is equal to m. Both are defined. The limit of function fx is defined as L, limit of function gx is at x when x approaches to a is defined as m. Then these are the property. Number 1, limit x tending to a fx plus gx can be written as, you'll be using this while doing the questions, plus limit x tending to a gx, which can be written as L plus m. If you know the limit of fx and you know the limit of gx, you just put the value, find out the limit, put in this expression and get the answer. Second thing is limit x tending to a fx minus gx is can be written as similarly limit x tending to a fx minus limit x tending to a gx. So according to the values which are defined, your answer will be this. Third is what I'm trying to explain you, that if you are taking the limit on sum, it is same as sum of the limits separately also defined. Limit of difference of function is same as the difference of limits taken together, right? Then third is fx into gx. If you take the product, limit on the product, you can write it as limit x tending. You will be using all these properties while solving the questions on the limit. So be careful. All these, if you are not able to use these properties, you will stuck up while doing the problems. And fourth is limit x tending to a, this is on quotient, fx upon gx can be written as limit x tending. Those who have done limits properly in class 11, they might be aware of what I am doing right now. Provided limit x tending to a gx is not equal to 0. This is condition. And fifth, the last property is limit x tending to a k times fx. This is very common property which you must have used so many times, where k is a scalar. K is a scalar or constant. It can be written as k times limit x tending to a fx, which can be written as k times L. These are few properties which you will be using or you might have used in class 11. Now we move on to formulae. So here are few formulas which you need to remember while doing the problems on limits. If I have not written any formula, you can, if I have not written any property or missed out any property, you can add in that list. Now I am talking about formulas. So here there are so many formulas, but mainly you will be using these formulas while doing limit. Number one, limit x tending to a, xn minus an upon, please check, limit x tending to 0, sin x upon x is equal to 1. Next is limit x tending to 0, tan x upon x is equal to 1. Fourth is limit x tending to 0, log of 1 plus x upon x is 1. Fifth, limit x tending to 0, ax minus 1 upon x is equal to log a to the base e, where a is greater than 1 and a is not equal to 0. Sixth, limit x tending to 0, e to the power x minus 1 upon x is equal to 1. These are few formulas. There are many more formulas which you can add up in this list, but by using these limits, you'll be able to do most of the question from the exercise. Now we come on to the problems, example or problems. Mainly what type of problems you will be doing here? You will be doing problems by substitution method, factorization method, and fourth, using standard formulae. Please note, as per class 12th, you will be doing indeterminate forms, mainly 0 by 0. Right. There are other indeterminate forms which you can learn if you are preparing for your competitions. And if you want to do the practice, of limits, you can send me a request to share the worksheet on limits. You can write in comment box, and if you have liked this lecture, you can subscribe my channel on Rudra Academy, and don't forget to press the bell. Thank you very much.